Good morning. Good morning. I said good morning. One more time, brothers. Good morning. I felt that. I felt that. My name is Brother Rhondo Cooper, and I want to welcome you all, first of all, to Grand Rapids Community College. Give yourselves a round of applause for getting here. Brothers, you are here. If you have made it, we made it, brothers. We're about to make this happen. This right here, brothers, is more than just a moment. This thing right here is about a movement. We've seen you and we have talked with you way before you were in these seats. Way before you were in these seats. We've waited for you, brothers, a long time. And so it just fills our hearts for you to be in here and for us to see you. But first of all, we want to see. We want to see exactly what you got, because this is serious. This is serious what we're about to do. This is real serious business. All right? No. All right? That's right. All right. Okay. All right. This thing right here, brothers, this thing right here, this thing is about us and not about them. You understand what I'm saying? This thing's about us and not about them. This thing's about us and not about them. Right now, I got you split into 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. Let me hear you say something real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance. That's what I want. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance. Real quick. Right? Because when I say, brothers, this thing's about, I want you to say us. And then the next group, I'm gonna say it's not about them, right? So I'm gonna say this thing's about, and you're gonna say us. Hold on. This section right here, I'm gonna say this thing's about, and y'all gonna say us. And then I'm gonna keep pointing to you, and you're gonna say, and not about them. Because it's gonna be a little competition. I'm gonna see how loud y'all can get. I'm gonna see how loud y'all can get. Yeah, get hype. Hold on. I don't want you to move. I want you to stay right there. Right? We're gonna see real quick. Right? Real quick test. All right? So here's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna say, just real clear, I'm gonna say, this thing's about, and y'all gonna go us, and not about them. All right? This thing's about us, and not about them. Okay? Ready? Here we go. Now get hyped, because I'm hyped. All right? So here we go. Listen. Nah, bruh. I don't do no Jared Bush hype over here, bruh. All right, so here we go. Listen. This thing's about us and not about them. Woo! All right, let's see. Here we go. Listen. All right, let's see. Here we go. Listen. Real quick. This thing's about us and not about them. Okay, that's all right. That's a little bit. That was a little bit. Over here real quick. Over here. Let's see what y'all got. This group right here. This group right here. Real quick. Real quick. Let's see. Ready? Real quick. Here we go. Get ready, brothers. This thing's about and not about. Okay, all right. A little something, a little thunder, a little thunder. That's okay. Get hype. Whatever. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right. Now here we go. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right. All right, here we go. This thing's about and not about. All right. Now, hold on. Now, listen to me. We ain't done yet. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Now, I need to hear everybody in this room, and I'm talking about OGs included. All right? We need to make this room shake. And then I'm gonna make my point. And then, because I can't drop the mic, I'm gonna lower the mic and I'm gonna walk away. All right? So now listen to me. All right? Here we go. Let's see. Y'all ready? Make this room shake. I swear. I swear. Man, look, I swear, I'm serious. Right. Boy, if y'all don't, boy, right, boy, all right, boy. And then look, when we get done with this, I need y'all to sit down because I got something I need to say to you. All right, here we go. Now look, some of you young brothers, I need you to look at some of these older brothers, some of these warriors. I need you to look into their eyes and say, I need you to be with me right now. We need y'all to be with us. Right. Look at some of these older warriors around you. Look at them because they're around here. All right? Here we go. Y'all ready? Yeah. Y'all ready? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here we go. This thing's about and not about. This thing's about and not about. Woo! All right. So here we go. All right. So real quick. 2 more points. Woo, y'all got me shaking. Woo. That's what I'm saying. The reason I'm making that point is because it is about us. And it's not about them anymore. It's about us taking responsibility for us. Y'all feel me? We can't do no more blaming. We can't say, well, I didn't get my homework done because dog ate it. Right? I got mad because he made me mad. Nobody make you nothing. You decided. Right? We need you. We need you. These brothers standing around here, you need them. So this thing is about us. Them. Right? You know what I'm saying? Brothers, y'all feel me? So it's time for us to take responsibility for us. We're not going to give our power away no more. No more. And we starting with today. Okay? All right. Okay. Okay? Right. And we starting with y'all. Because there's a whole bunch of other people who could have been in this room, but right now they're not in this room because we starting with you all. We starting with you. So, remember, this is more than just a moment. This is a movement. And you're part of this movement. So, all right. I'm out of here. I'm Brother Cooper. You're going to see me. And you're going to see the rest of these brothers. I'm just a taste of what's to come today. So I need you to be locked in and loaded and ready. Okay? Locked in, loaded, and ready. So right now, Brother Joe Jones is coming to the stage. He's the president of the Grand Rapids Urban League, and this brother is serious. So give him your attention. Give him an applause. Yeah.
I want to say good morning to all of you, to all of our sons who are here with us on this morning. And, words really can't describe how the vast majority of us who are here feel as we look out into this room and see all of this potential that's sitting in front of us. And I need each and every one of you to understand that this day, today, this event is for you. This was planned with you in mind. It's all about you. It's about nobody else. It's about no other group, no other schools. It's about you. And I don't know about you, but when someone does something specifically for me, it makes me feel good. And so my hope is that throughout the course of this day, you will have a great appreciation that there was hours and hours and hours worth of planning that were put in and thousands of dollars that were raised specifically for you. Simply because I need you to understand that you matter, that you are extremely important to all of us who are here on this morning. Just to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing, you all have had the opportunity to select some workshops that you'll be able to participate in throughout the course of the day. And one of the highlights of today, and what I'm super excited about, is that at lunchtime, we're going to eat good, which is a must, right? But, right? We're going to eat good. But what's exciting me the most about lunchtime is that at lunch, in this room and on this entire floor, you are going to be able to see, talk to, learn from, holler at, shake hands with, and get to know some very professional men who happen to look just like you. I'm talking about business owners. I'm talking about doctors. I'm talking about lawyers. I'm talking about computer experts. I'm talking about corporate executives. I'm talking about CEOs and VPs and authors and former pro athletes and architects and designers and construction professionals and college execs and law enforcement and professional musicians and politicians and concert promoters and educators, and the list goes on and on. Everybody who will be here at lunch are professionals who look just like you. And not only that, quite a few of them have come up in some of the same neighborhoods that you're coming up in. And even more than that, a lot of them, if not all of them, are doing very, 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 very well financially in life. And here's the thing. They're looking forward to meeting who? Us. That's right. And not them. That's right. Because as I said at the beginning, It's all about you. It's all about you on today. So soak this up, enjoy it, and recognize again that you matter, that you're very important to us, and that we couldn't be happier that you're here with us on this morning. And so it's my pleasure to introduce to you someone that I'm sure you all know. And if you don't know, take a good look, because this is a wonderful lady. This is my dear friend. This is your superintendent, my superintendent, Teresa Neal. Give it up for the superintendent.
Good morning. As an African American mother and grandmother, this pleases me more than anything I've seen in 4 years, fellas. I want to thank all of you for coming, and I'm only going to take a little bit of time because it's not about me, and it's not about women today. It really is about you all. You know how I feel about black men, young black men. I send you love, I send you greetings, and I want you to know you are so important to me that when I took this job 4 years ago, I tied my evaluation to you all in this room. I said, as your superintendent, I'm going to focus on you. I want you to know the data. You are black, young, African-American men have increased your graduation rate by 10% in 4 years. Hispanic young men, 10% in 4 years. You've reduced your suspensions by 30%. Come on, that's right. You've reduced your chronic absenteeism by almost 50%. Come on, fellas. I want you to know how wonderful you are. You can do it. And look at the men around this room. I have asked for favors. I have forced them. Anything it takes. These fellas around this room answered my call when I said, I am going to write a goal around African-American males in the Grand Rapids Public Schools. Most superintendents wouldn't have done that. But I believe in you so much. I know you're wonderful. You are a warrior. I know what you can do, that I've attached my career to you. And fellas, I tell you, it is paying off. You are doing great. I want to thank all of the sponsors and all of the men in this room because I know what you believe and feel for these young men in this room. I want you to look around. You guys, don't beef with each other. I need you to be the model for younger kids in this district, younger African-American males, that we've got to get to the point where you are now. Model for these young boys. It's in you. It's in you. I know it is. The same way you come together on that basketball court, and I saw you fellas. I want you to come together every day in school and in this community. I want you to have a wonderful day, and thank the men in this room. Thank them. Anything I've asked for them, for you, they don't hesitate to do it because they believe in you just like I do. So thank these people in this room because they don't have to be here today. They're here because they believe in you, because they love you. Anything that you need today, go to someone. Go to someone. They will take care of you. And after today, like they said, this is not just today, this is a movement. Moving forward, anything that you fellas need, go to these men. Let them help you. Let them help you. I will do anything I can, but it's the men in this room, the men, they need to help you get to the next level. I will push and I will love you, but that's not my role as a female. Men need to stand up and teach you what's needed. With that, I'm going to tell you to have fun today. We're talking serious talk to you, but you guys, this is about you. I want you to enjoy this and remember this day. Remember this day because it is day one of the movement. Enjoy. I'm not sure who's next.
Okay, gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce and bring up our keynote speaker on this morning. And I got a short bio I want to read. He's coming up now, Mr. Michael Davenport. He's going to make it up his way. We're going to sit here and chat. But let me tell you something about Mr. Davenport. Michael Davenport was born in Grand Rapids, and he attended Ottawa Hills High School. All right. Mr. Davenport graduated from Xavier University, where he is a member of the Athletic Hall of Fame, men's basketball from '87 to '91. He then went from Xavier University to the University of Cincinnati College of Law, where he graduated with his law degree. Mr. Davenport is married and he has 2 sons. He is currently the president and CEO of a company called Gyra Metal Products. It's a certified manufacturer of progressive metal stampings and assemblies, supplying a variety of industries. Mr. Davenport has a proven track record of leadership, team building, and strategy implementation. And most importantly, I just want you to know that Mr. Davenport grew up, again, right here in the city of Grand Rapids. All right? And we're gonna have him come up, and I'm just gonna have just a conversation with him, and want you guys to listen in as he tells you about how he got to where he got and where he started. So give it up for Mr. Michael Davenport. Come on, have a seat, bro. Have that mic. So Mike, tell our sons about you. Tell them where you grew up, man. Tell them a little bit about your background.
Thanks, Joe, and welcome everybody. I mean, it's a pretty amazing event just to hear how this has come about and how it's focusing in on these young men. I think back to when I was this age many years ago, and I was talking with Kurt. I felt like I knew everything, felt like the world was right there, and I think what you have is a great opportunity in front of you. But for me, it started out in 1025 Logan Street. We moved from Logan Street to right down the street. From 1025 Logan Street to 908 Hall Street. We stayed there. I went to Alexander Elementary School. We moved. Then we went from 908 Hall Street to 1117 Giddings. And then that was, Ottawa Hills Elementary, Iroquois, and then the O. Right. Yeah. But the thing, what got me here, I believe, and how we're all here, is really that mentality of kind of that tribal sort of relationships, right? So in my way, the coaches and the men that helped me. My dad was strong, set a great example, and so I knew what it looked like to work hard, and I knew what it was like to achieve, and I knew what it was like to strive, because he said I could be anything that I wanted to be.
Okay. And
I believed him. And then the men that came alongside of me, my coaches, from Maurice Coleman at Iroquois to Granville Brown, Jimmy Carter. I mean, guys, you guys will probably all know. I think of Rodney Brown, who's here, who was a great example of someone to be like, and just so you got a chance to see that and see that behavior modeled.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about. I know that again. We know that you had quite the game on the basketball court. And
you can't Google it now, so I was real good.
Okay, all right. and because of that, you were able to receive a free college education to attend Xavier University. And tell us about that experience when you went from Grand Rapids, where this is all you knew, to Xavier. which is, again, how many of you all know about Xavier University? How many of you know that Xavier is ranked in the top 25 right now?
Top 5.
Top 5 in basketball, right. Top 5, okay. Tell us about that experience.
So I'll give you a little bit of a backdrop. I had no idea the difference between Division I, Division II, and Division III.
Okay.
I had no understanding what college meant. My dad came from Mississippi, up here, and he worked at General Motors out on 36th Street. And so I knew about working hard, but I didn't understand how the game was played. And so one day they were talking about sports. And so to give you the backdrop, I knew about Michigan, I knew about Michigan State, then I knew about Hope and Calvin. So I knew there were some big schools and I knew there were some small schools, right? Every segment on Wood TV had Hope, Calvin, Michigan, Michigan State. Every article, every day in the paper, they had Hope, Michigan, Michigan State, and then Calvin. There was an article. So I didn't understand the difference. Matter of fact, I didn't even know what an HBCU was.
Okay.
Although I understood what Jackson State was, because we're from Mississippi, I understood what Alcorn, didn't understand. And so they said, your best athletes go Division I. And like 9th grader, 10th grader, I'm a good athlete, I'm going Division I.
Right.
So that was my goal. And I loved playing sports, I loved everything about it, and I loved the competition, I loved the competing side. The thing that I had also is I love to compete in the classroom as well, because I know what it takes to be successful as an athlete are the same tools that it takes to be successful as a student, the same tools that it takes to be successful as a husband and as a parent. Okay. So those skills, they were bred in me. They were there. And so I got the chance, I was getting recruited. So my final schools for the folks who follow basketball was Wisconsin, it was Stanford, Connecticut, Tennessee, and Xavier. Again, not understanding how it all worked. So one of my mentors, one of the guys I looked up to, one of the coolest dude I thought existed was Rodney Brown.
Okay.
And so,
is Mr. Brown here? Can Mr. Brown please stand? Let's give it up for Mr. Rodney Brown. All right.
So Rodney was at Union doing his thing and then got a scholarship to Santa Clara.
Right.
And they're recruiting me at Stanford. I didn't understand what it meant to go to Stanford. Rodney calls me on the phone and we're talking, and we still talk about this now. It's like, dude, you gotta come out here and visit. This is Stanford. This is in California. Do you understand? Yeah, right? And didn't really understand. And so ultimately ended up choosing Xavier over Connecticut and Wisconsin. Ended up going and having a real good career. We won 97 games. Played with 5 guys in NBA. I say I'm the reason why they're in there. I missed a lot of jump shots. So they were grabbing those rebounds. Played an NCAA tournament, played in a tournament every year, won a championship every year, went to the NCAA tournament, as I said, scored over 1,000 points, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2013.
Great. Now, I think for most athletes, the ultimate goal or the dream is to reach the highest level, right? The highest pinnacle of whatever sport they're playing, which is professional sports. And there's no doubt that you played high school ball, did well, garnered a lot of attention from some very, very prestigious universities. But as you were going through that process, and as you were beginning to realize that perhaps professional sports was not going to be your end game, what sort of preparation or what sort of thoughts began to go through your mind in terms of, I got to have a plan B, a plan C, because, ultimately there's a lot of guys who are, no doubt you were an outstanding athlete, but the odds or the very high degree of difficulty in making it to that pinnacle. What goes into your thinking in terms of, I need to have a plan B, plan C?
So I'll tell you, I don't think I had that. And I think that most athletes don't have it.
Right.
And so the guys over here, because everyone tells you that you don't make it to the next level. So from 2nd grade to 3rd grade, from 4th to 5th, from 7th to 8th, from 9th to 10th. As you're an athlete and you're getting a scholarship to Division I, you beat all the odds and you're what they say you can't do, right? Every level I win. So I understand the statistics around playing in the NBA, but that doesn't apply to me. Right? Because I've made it and I won at every level. Right. What happens in most athletes' mind, or they start to singularly focus on their sport. So it's basketball, it's football, it's baseball, to the detriment of their academic success. Okay. Because the world exists outside of sports. There's 2 types of things that you're gonna sell. You'll sell your athletic brand, And some folks, you will get to college, and that's great, and that's wonderful. Some will be even successful and go on to the next level. But you have this non-athletic brand that you have to sell, and that's the one you're going to eat off of. Okay. Right? So most people aren't eating off of basketball or sport. So I played at a great program. I did wonderful things, and I did not make a dollar playing basketball. And so for an awful long time, I felt like I was an athletic failure because my goal was to make it to the NBA. Didn't make it to the NBA, therefore I failed. So I had this thing in my head for a long time. It wasn't until the Hall of Fame ceremony that I was thinking about, I'm going, how can I be an athletic failure, but yet I'm in the Hall of Fame?
All right.
Okay? So I had to kind of process through that. Now, fortunately for me, and again, and I'd say for most athletes, this isn't the case, I did well academically. And so that gave me a lot more opportunities and a lot more chances. And so what happens is your athletes have that singular focus on their sport to the detriment of school. School is what you're going to eat off of. And because you don't focus in on that, and at 22, 23, nobody cares that you played for Xavier University. Right? They don't care. And so what have I done to build into me? And so there's only two things that you have. There's only two things that you can sell. You can sell your athletic brand or you can sell your non-athletic brand. And all of us, 99% of us, are going to eat off of that non-athletic brand. And so I'm in our gym. We're doing sprints, and it's we call it an 8-6-4-2 drill. It's the width of the court. You got to go down and back 8 times. Kind of just a different way of doing a suicide, I guess, right? So I'm sitting there, and there's 3 guys in my high school that I remember. It was Dr. Edelman, Dr. Schwaderer, my trainer, Mr. Brown. Right? I could always hear their voices. My dad, he always yelled, so that wasn't new. But I hear those voices, and I saw them. So Dr. Schwaderer, Dr. Edelman, there's another gentleman, Mr. Olson. So Mr. Olson was a stockbroker. The other 2 were doctors. And we went. So my sophomore year, we went to the regional finals. We won the regional finals. We're going to play state, and they come back and they buy pizza for the team. And so I'm looking at the bill, right? The bill comes, I'm peeking, looking, and the bill was $250. And each one of them pulled out a $100 bill and laid it on the table. Now, mind you, my dad made about $350 a week. And I'm sitting there, these people just paid $300 for pizza. And I'm going, you know what, I want to be like that, and I want to live that way. So I'm doing these sprints at Xavier. I think I'm a sophomore. And I'm thinking about Olsons and the Schwaderers and the Edelmans, and I'm going, okay, that's how I want to live. And it's kind of eerie. I'd say, some people say an epiphany. I say Holy Spirit inspired. But it was just a thought came to me, do those guys play sports? And I'm like, well, you know what? No, they don't play sports. I'm running my sprints. And it says, you know what? Does BMW have a car line if only professional athletes can buy that? I'm like, no. So you're saying there's more people that can buy those cars than professional athletes. And it said, well, how did those guys do their thing? And I'm thinking, well, they went to school. One was a stockbroker, other 2 were doctors. And I'm going, there's another way to skin this cat. And then I'm looking in the stands, all the people that are sitting in the front rows, right, that I'm walking by, that I'm high-fiving, they're asking me for autographs. They're judges, and they're doctors, and they're lawyers, and they're business owners. And I'm going, oh, okay. Let me peep this game out a little bit. Now, I still thought I was going to play in the league, but I started thinking that there was another way, and I started to leverage that academic side of that.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. This will be one of the final questions. If you could go back in time to where they are right now, give me some idea of some of the things that you would do differently. What would you do differently? What would you tell them they can do right now in preparation to reach some of the levels that you've reached because you come from where they're from? What would you tell them?
The first thing I would do is say, you lose the term friend. Because you don't have friends. You got acquaintances and associates and people that are on the same schedule. Friends are something much, much deeper, and it takes a while, and it takes experience, and it takes longevity to call someone a friend. I will go back and say, as I was thinking about this, and I got a freshman son as well, and I got a junior son, and I was thinking about them. I can sum my life up in kind of 3 symbols. There was a time that I felt less than. There was time that I felt greater than, and I'm in that time of my life now that I feel kind of equal to who I am. I felt less than because I didn't have the stuff that everybody else had. See, Rodney had, he had the Izod and the polo, and he always looked good.
Always looked good, right?
Always looked good. Had a nice blazer that he was driving. Always looked good. I didn't have those things. So when you're in a situation and you look around and you don't have what other people have, you feel less than. Mm-hmm. And so you know what? There was that portion of my life where I'm just fighting through that. And what I figure out later is, everybody's a knucklehead and everybody's crazy. You think your stuff is special, but everybody's going through something. But I thought my issue was only my issue and nobody else shared that. So I felt less than for a period of time. It got to a point where I felt greater than. I thought because I could put that ball in the basket and I could shoot it real far away, right? Long way away. Not like
Steph Curry?
Not like well, Steph Curry, not Melvin McLaughlin.
Okay.
I can't do that. Yeah, but I could shoot it long way, and I thought that made me better than. That was just the thing that I did. And I started to look. Anybody who's talented anything, if you're an artist or if you're good in math or poetry, whatever it is, gardening, whatever your thing is, whatever God gave you, it's just what you do and who you are. So I never, that isn't special. It's just kind of who you were wired to be. And so I felt greater than for no reason. And then now I'm moving into that part of my life where that I've looked and I think about all the things that have happened to me and why do they happen to me? Why when some of my friends are selling drugs or when some of them go to jail and when they aren't doing the right things, why did they go that way and I went the other? Okay. And so I think about that community that I had. My father that, that kept me on the straight and narrow, my coaches, all of those things. And so there's this sense of community and belonging that we all have a responsibility for. And so the true who you are, and I define success in this, God has given you the ability to be something. Right? And if you have that ability to be something, if you don't achieve that, then you should be slapped in the face. Right? So if you only achieve what God gave you, then you should be punched in the stomach because that's a slap in God's face. Right? And so when I think the magic happens, when you take your ability and you work that thing, right? You make it better. You don't just wake up and become a good shooter, a good dribbler, a good writer, a good mathematician, poetry, gardener. You don't just wake up and do that. Greatness who is it? Greatness. Oh, come on in, right? It doesn't happen that way. It's those blood, sweat, and tears. It's the amount of time that you're willing to do it, right? So if you want to be successful, have 4 attributes, right? 1, you got to have above average intelligence. You don't have to be too much further above. Right? But you got to be above average intelligence. You just can't be a doofus, right? You have to have ability to be inquisitive. You go, well, you know what? Why are we doing what we're doing? Why are we here? And what am I supposed to get out of this? Why are they saying it's about us and not about them? Why are you saying it was about you? You got to be a little bit inquisitive. You got to think about the world in a certain way. You also got to have some hustle, right? You got to have some hustle. You can't just lay down, sitting in the front row with your head folded over, looking on the floor when there are people trying to teach you something. You got to be more than that, right? You got to have a level of hustle. You got to be able to outwork the next guy. And then you know what? You got to be able to delay gratification, right? I can't have it today, but I'm going to work for it tomorrow. That's sports. That's math. That's geometry. That's algebra. That's science. That's whatever it is. I got to work today so that I can master this thing tomorrow. And I gotta know, I gotta know what I want. And I can't let my phony friends who aren't really that, right? Because they haven't been with you long enough to earn that title of friendship. They're either with you or against you. And all your parents, friends will tell you the same thing. I can look at you and tell who you hang around with and what you're gonna be. Well, why is that? Well, you know what? Because if you're a drunk, you don't hang with people that are sober. Because you're not doing the things that I'm doing. And if your boy is smoking weed, then you know what? You're probably smoking it too. Right? And if your guy is studying and working hard, then you're probably doing the same. And so there's that thing where, yes, as sitting here looking back and thinking about all the potential that you guys sit, all the things that you want to be, you can be those things, right? We're all setting examples. A guy from, Logan Street moved to Hall Street. My dad worked at he worked at a manufacturing facility. I now own a manufacturing facility. Right. I mean, that's about as full circle as it comes. Right.
On that note, I want to close. I need you all to understand, really get a better understanding of Mr. Davenport's career. Mr. Davenport, again, graduated from law school, so he practiced law. He also was active in the world of banking, right? So Mr. Davenport has, when he talks about being equal to, he has been in the room and around the table with folks who don't look like him, and he's been able to hold his own, right? And there's something to be said about that, right? And to help you understand, I love how you put that. His father used to work for a manufacturing company. Mr. Davenport now owns a manufacturing company. I need you all to know that when the manufacturing company was looking to make a change and find someone to buy it and become majority owner, they called him. He wasn't looking for something to buy. They called him. He now is the majority owner of a company, and if you don't mind, I know it's public. I'm sure it's public. If you don't mind, if you could share with all of our sons here what your company is worth or what you guys do in sales.
So we do 28 million. We did 28 million in sales last year. We employ 94 families,
Okay.
and we got a bright future ahead.
All right. All right. All right. All right. And I want to ask you one more time. Now, where are you from? Where you from?
I'm gonna take it from you. I'm from the G.
Okay, from the G, from GR. And you grew up where?
You know what? Logan. Street,
Logan?
Hall. Giddings.
Giddings, okay. All right, sons, let's give it up for Mr. Michael Davenport.